I have to show you the most unhinged Donald Trump rally to date. Yes, I know that is a very high bar, but let's go ahead and get to it. So, one of Donald Trump's main attack on Joe Biden was that Joe Biden had no idea where he was at. Sleepy Joe had no idea where he was at, according to Donald Trump. Well, check this clip out right here. So, here is Donald Trump in Arizona, by the way. Very important. Donald Trump is in Arizona. Now, take a look at this.
Pennsylvania, remember this when you have to go to vote. Okay, just remember this. 2,000% increase.
So, he called it Pennsylvania. He's in Arizona. So, Donald Trump, for the longest time now, has himself experienced cognitive decline. We always talk about Joe Biden, who, yes, has shown cognitive decline. It is obvious. But so has Donald Trump, and it is not getting attacked nearly enough because he is kind of graded on a, curve, on a scale. But Donald Trump clearly doesn't remember where he's at. He's in Pennsylvania. He was talking about how he was in Pennsylvania. He's in Arizona. So let's go on from that right there to his next big lie. So Donald Trump is talking about how Kamala Harris has no plans for the future. Let's go ahead and play that clip.
Meanwhile, Kamala Harris showed up spewing empty rhetoric, the same old lies, meaningless platitudes, offering no plans, no policies, and no details whatsoever. Nothing. The two anchors, David Muir and Lindsay Davis, sat there and only corrected me on things where I was right, but didn't correct Kamala on Project 25 that I knew nothing about.
Now, let's go ahead and get that lie out. So Donald Trump knows about Project 2025. Project 2025 is, in most part, written by many of Trump former aides, people who were around Donald Trump. Donald Trump was taking plane trips with the head guy, Roberts, who is the president of Heritage Foundation, which is the group that wrote Project 2025. So lie number one. But let's go ahead and talk about the lack of policies that Trump claims Kamala Harris has. Now, during the debate, they talked about healthcare, and Kamala Harris made it very clear she wants to strengthen the Affordable Care Act. She wants to enhance Biden tax credits. She wants to make sure that women have access to abortion, which is a major thorn in Republicans, because many Republicans, and especially Donald Trump's base, they don't want abortion full stop in any state, which is why Donald Trump has to do these weird tap dances where he goes into one interview and says, I'm not in favor of making abortion bans widespread. Then he comes out and, tap dances around the question in Florida because he is a Florida voter. He can't give a straight answer. Now, what did Donald Trump say about health insurance in the debate? He said he had concepts of a plan. Concepts of a plan. So it's been almost a decade now since Trump started running for the presidency, his first race back in 2015, where he beat Hillary Clinton. Now, it is 2024, almost 10 years. He still has a concept of a plan. Absolutely absurd. Now, here is another one where Donald Trump refuses to have another debate with Kamala Harris. Now, you think it would be a slam dunk or a no-brainer for Donald Trump to have a second debate, considering he, did so well according to him.
So because we've done two debates and because they were successful, there will be no third debate.
Yep. So Donald Trump is on the run from Kamala Harris, which, like I said, you think would be weird because if the debate was so successful, you think he would do another one because he really wants Joe Biden to come back. But let's go ahead and continue. So here is another obvious lie, pretty funny considering Donald Trump's charges, which I'll talk about after this clip.
Suburban women maybe don't like Trump. I think they're wrong. I think they love me. I do. I never had problems with women.
Now, Donald Trump has had plenty of trouble with women, even going back to Donald Trump's locker room speech. But we don't have to go that far back because Donald Trump was considered liable this year for sexual assault, which the judge even said that does count as rape in terms of what happened in that event. But he is a civilly liable sexual assaulter. So that is already a major problem in terms of your relations with women. So let's go ahead and get onto the main event here, because this next clip is so unhinged. And I know that sometimes a lot of people on the left, online leftists, will talk about how this is Nazi-esque. Well, take a look at this. Just look at it for a second.
And illegal Haitians, and he came in, illegal Haitian migrants taking over a beautiful place. It was so beautiful. Springfield, Ohio. I was there. I campaigned there a while ago. Springfield, it was so beautiful. Now it's just, what a place. Can you imagine you have this small little community. All of a sudden you have 20,000 illegals in your community. Nobody knows where they come from. I'm angry about young American girls being raped and sodomized and murdered by savage criminal aliens. I'm angry about rampant inflation destroying our middle class, and the American people are also very angry about that. And
so, yeah, if you replaced the words migrants with Jews, it would basically be a 1930s speech in Germany. Now, keep in mind, this clip is actually posted by Laura Loomer, and for whatever reason, she thinks that this clip makes Donald Trump looks good. It does not. And if these arguments, because I could go ahead and I could bring up the statistics about how immigrants, whether they are undocumented or legal green card holding immigrants, they both commit less crime than native born Americans. But if you're convinced by a speech like that, then you're probably already too far gone anyways. Now, Donald Trump has been absolutely unhinged lately, and he has been teaming up with this woman, Laura Loomer, who is an absolute psychopath, an absolute nut job, absolute lunatic. And I'll probably talk about her more in the future. But yeah, Donald Trump doesn't know where he's at. Said Pennsylvania, but he was in Arizona. He attacked Kamala Harris for having no plans. Meanwhile, Donald Trump even admitted he only has a concept of a plan. Donald Trump talked about how he won the debate against Kamala Harris and how he won't do another one. Meanwhile, Donald Trump had a disaster debate where he fell for the bait every single time. Even Fox News came out and said, wasn't really good for Donald Trump. He took the bait on the crowd sizes, which turned into him ranting and raving about how cats are being ate by migrants. And then he had a speech, part of it, that was so unhinged that you might confuse it with a Klan rally. So there we have it. Donald Trump, very unhinged, but he could still possibly win.